Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Capricorn March 2023 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant, and I've done a number of one-on-one clairvoyant readings for Capricorns over the course of the last month, and if you might be interested to see what is involved in having a one-on-one clairvoyant experience with me from anywhere in the world, just check out the information that's in the description box below. Now, I charge for clairvoyant readings. I have to. What I don't charge for, though, and I make this announcement now, and the reason is that there is a voice inside me, and I know where it comes from, which is saying this to me, and it says, "You know that when you came into this world, I gave you the spiritual gift of clairvoyance, or prophecy, as it's sometimes referred to in the old scriptures. And I have also given you, among other spiritual gifts, the gifts of healing. You are to make use of them. But for the gift of healing, you are to do it completely in the service of others, and without any thought of reward or recompense for yourself. If you would like to have a healing session with me, it takes about 15 minutes or less, then contact me, and the details are in the description. It's got to be done over FaceTime or Skype, not by phone, because I need to be able to see the person. Now, it is completely free, and it is without any obligation whatsoever. You don't even need to know me. The person doesn't need to know me or have even heard of me or have seen any of these videos. I don't recommend any products or services. I don't sell anything. I don't say, gee, you should get a clairvoyant reading or anything like this. I don't. The information that I come across or is disclosed to me in my reading sessions, as in a healing session, is at the end of the session completely wiped by me. First thing, so that I don't go crazy, and the second thing is that it just seems to work like that. So I can't remember anything that's said, so you can be assured that anything that you want to bring up, look, I've been doing it for a long time. There isn't anything I haven't seen or heard, so don't worry about it. Now, as the subscribers know, that, by the way, did I tell you I'm going out on a date tonight? Yes, with a beautiful woman. Well, all women are beautiful, really, aren't they? And she's an accountant. Well, the accountant and the clairvoyant. Well, well, look, the thing is this, though, that she is breathtakingly beautiful, and see, a beautiful woman is like kryptonite for me. I am, if I'm honest with myself, completely powerless when it comes to, well, women generally, but beautiful women in particular. Oh, that's a one of playing cards. So we shall have lots to talk about one way or another, I'm sure. Now, unfortunately, my gift of healing and clairvoyance doesn't work on myself, so I'm unable to say how the evening is going to turn out. So we shall see. Now, I think that the subscribers know that we don't have any video advertisements coming into this content. I told you that, didn't I? So it's undisturbed. Now, I'm going to draw 5 cards, right? Because that's all we need. And the 5 cards are for you: Princess of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. They speak volumes to us, don't they? You've seen these before. There's the 7 of Wands. Here is the King of Cups. And finally, the Princess of Swords. So the Princess of Wands, the Princess of Swords, and the King of Cups. People here obviously have something to say to you. So, as is our usual practice, now, why don't you come sit down here next to me? We will have a good close look at the imagery on these cards together while I do the reading for you. All right, why don't we just deal with this card straight up? It's come into the center here, so let's have a look at it. The 7 of Wands. The first thing that I'll say here is that with the number 7, I have a great association with the planet of Venus, which is about love, beauty, relationship. So these things are very high on the agenda for you this month and will be fulfilling. Also money. Stability is what she brings, the planet of Venus. And the number 7 also relates to what I would call an area of divine manifestation that occurred before the creation of the universe in the Big Bang, that we mystics refer to as victory. So there is success for you this month. Now, I'll say that with these images on here, I'll have an interpretation of them, but of course you're free to look at them yourself and see what you take from them. But for me, I'm looking at this, and you will remember or have heard of the figure of Moses. And the story was that he was with the Israelites as they were back then, because they hadn't split into Judeans or Israelites later on after the rule of Solomon, as the story has it. And the story said that the Israelites were held captive by the Pharaoh, none of which was named, of course, in Egypt. Now, I'm not going to go into the historical reality as to whether that did or did not occur, but for our purposes, it's the story that's important. Now, the figure of Moses led the Israelites from their captivity in Egypt to what was the promised land, and that was that of the lands of what are today Israel. Now, Moses frequently in those old texts expressed doubt. Actually, I'll leave it like that for the moment. He expressed doubt that the Pharaoh would listen to his appeal that he should free the Israelites, and that the Pharaoh's people and even his own people would believe him, demonstrating the seeming futility of the task that was put before him. So God, as the story has it, gave Moses' brother Aaron his staff, a miraculous power that would show Moses that he had been sent by God. It could turn into a snake, and you can see the snake there. Now Moses and his brother pleaded with Pharaoh for the freedom of the Israelites. Now, when Moses demonstrated the miracle to Pharaoh, the Egyptian magicians also threw down their own staffs, but Aaron's staff consumed them. And this image shows Moses bearing this miraculous staff, and the Egyptian magicians reacting to it. Some try to draw down their own magic, some look angry and are readying for a fight, and another looks amazed. Those who oppress often don't expect to be fought against, do they? Taking for granted their own power. Now, this in itself can be enough of an advantage for the person who is fighting to make a difference. Now, there is victory for you here, but what this card wants to do is talk to you about conflict, I think, because it presents you with conflicts that challenge your inner power, that is your life force. Aggression and suppression are combating your ego and spirit, which bring about anxiety. A battle between your inner values and outer reality is creative defensive reactions and unrest. Now, the outside world is testing and challenging your beliefs and inner strength. You strive to find some kind of balance in this uncomfortable place of evolution. But the key to this energy is to believe and trust your true values, keeping them in balance with your actions. The gift of this card is courage and conviction to stand by your truth, igniting your inner power and bringing a breakthrough to another level of spiritual potential and material success or victory. Now, this is a time to dig deep, to balance the ego and the heart, finding the spiritual courage and the confidence to break through the struggles and problems that life presents. Now, this allows the cosmic fire of your kundalini to burn away any limitations that block your inner strength. Harness that energy and empower yourself to follow your true path with conviction. Move to a higher ground, seeing the bigger picture, acting from a place of courage and wisdom. I guess that the lesson of this energy for you this month is to have confidence to stand by your truth with integrity, courage, and honor. In uncertain times, don't be influenced by what you hear, read, or watch. Trust your intuition and gut feelings. Listen to your inner guidance and transcend surface illusions and limitations. Confrontation and conflict bring light to a struggling aspect of yourself to allow healing, strength, and transformation to take place. Now, this energy asks that you reassess your beliefs and values as you stretch and grow. Is your heart and mind in agreement with your actions? And understand that you must know how and when to pick your battles. Think before you act. Stop and feel if what you are thinking about lines up with your heart. This 7 awakens your inner truth, your life force, your personal power, and carries you on to victory. Now, we might go to another one of these non-court cards, which is this 2 of Pentacles. A bit of Cambodian action happening here, I think. Let's have a look at it. Now, what do I see? Well, I see a dancer performing what I assume is a classical Cambodian dance, because she's wearing a traditional headdress and balances carefully on a carving. Now, the waters of one of the ancient Khmer, that's that Khmer Cambodian Empire, man-made lakes. The waters are rough, and small boats riding the waves are there. Now, around her flit silver dragonflies, and they are emblems of change. There are many aspects to this card image that symbolize the interaction between polarities and the process of change that is created through this interaction. The focus, however, is on the dancer, as the card's focus, I think, is on the human place within this continual fluctuation and landscape and world of change. Now, if you look at those golden pentacles that are balanced in that dancer's hands, one is facing point upwards in her right hand and one point downwards in her left hand, indicating the exchange between the divine and the ordinary that takes place on a daily basis. And around these pentacles, in a white light, in the shape of a lemon skate, they call it, or the figure 8, or the infinity symbol, you see it there? This is a symbol of infinite flux and change, suggesting that the polarities of the divine and the ordinary, up and down, can be swapped. Indeed, the dancer's headdress, I think, indicates that she, a human, is almost standing in for a divine being. Now, this too is bringing you harmonious change. There's nothing set in concrete, I don't think, at the moment for you. But there is an opportunity to bring a balance between your inner beliefs and your outer reality, and to bring them into harmony again, you know. It also, I think, represents the handling of 2 or more situations at one time very successfully by you. Now, you know that life can sometimes feel like a juggling act, with deadlines, demands, commitments, and distractions all happening at once. Well, when you work and play from a balanced and harmonic stage, Even the most complex and conflicting situations, they can be handled successfully. And if anybody can do that, it's you. The key is about flexibility, balance, and having fun, recreating energy. I think that the gift of this energy to you this month is the talent for rebalancing and integrating life's challenges and opportunities with grace and ease. Now, I think that because it's turned up in the position that it has, next to that Seven of Wands and on top of this Princess of Swords, who we'll get to momentarily, I think it's a time for you to be open and flexible. Now, change is coming. Don't fight it, but make it fun and creative. I think this card symbolizes the creative problem solver. Change helps you grow and expand. New ideas want to be birthed into form. New enterprises, new projects. This card brings a desire to be in control of your life and activities, I think. It brings the gift of balancing and handling many situations at one time. And this is asking you, who and what do you align with, and what needs to be let go? It indicates turn of events, transition, and great potential with you at this time. It brings vitality to your body, shifting health issues to the positive. And if you've been experiencing trouble making decisions or finishing projects or giving an outer appearance that everything is great but on the inside it's a mess, then this energy is coming through to say, don't worry, the cavalry is coming, you are going to be fine. Now, I want to have a look at this lady up here, only because I just feel like looking at it, because she looks very pretty to me, so I'm going to see what there is here. Now, she is sitting on top of the King of Cups, opposite the Two of Pentacles, Princess of Swords, Seven of Wands, diagonally opposite the Princess. So that means what? It means this. Let's look at the image first, and then we'll talk about what it means for you in this position, of course. Now, the princesses, and this princess in particular, let's put it on her. She's the throne of her suit, and it is from her that the ace of the suit of wands is born. Manifestation is her power. The ability to make things happen is her power, and that's with you. You are also going to bedazzle people with your innate energy and beauty, I might say, just as she is doing so here, if I may suggest. So this is the ancient Egyptian goddess Isis, I would say. Now, Isis's name means throne, because she was seen as the seat of power of the gods and kings back in ancient Egypt. It is this throne that is actually seen here on her head dress. Do you see that on the top of her head? She was the mother of Horus, the god that represented the king on his throne, and the king was seen as laying in the lap of Isis. She suckled him, protected him, well, when I say king, pharaoh, and set him up on the throne. She's frequently depicted in what's known as the pyramid texts, that they are all those hieroglyphics that go inside the tombs of pharaohs, as giving her milk to the dead pharaoh so that he may achieve life among the stars after death. Now, this princess is bringing to you passion, creative energy, and getting things happening, moving, action. And her desire is to express unfoldment into her physical world. Now, there's a restlessness inside of her, urging her to advance forward and start something new. She represents the awakening of life force and creativity that needs an outlet to channel energy into transformation. This princess is the ultimate adventurer, passionate and energetic and with a love for life. And she has, as you will have, the gifts of vision and intuition that will flow through you with universal inspiration. I think that this month, though, I'm particularly getting this for you, that she symbolizes the inner child in you, inspiring you to listen and connect with that aspect of yourself. She represents the magical fire child who moves with the flow of the universe, understanding the concept of as above, so below. Now, she is connected to the Ace of Wands, as I mentioned, sparking the life force in your heart, remembering your source and the karma that needs to be healed. Now, the princess is wide open to life's paths and journeys, wanting to experience all of it. She is the curious apprentice, if you like, experimenting with the powerful wand of creation, getting into uncharted areas of her creativity. And I think your intuition, the gift of intuition, is going to start developing with you at this time. Now, she's also the messenger of unexpected news that is favorable. She brings good surprises to you, maybe some job opportunities, offers, and announcements. She indicates change, new beginnings, as well as new creative projects, ideas, and possibilities. I think your ideas and projects are really going to come to fruition at this time. She ignites excitement, creativity, and divine inspiration in your being. She indicates a time of confidence when you really start trusting yourself and your intuition. And she presents an exciting invitation to a new adventure that awakens your life force. She brings influential people who inspire you to explore new thoughts and ideas. And she represents perhaps a passionate new romance, or a lover, or a faithful friend, good social connections and relationships here as well. It's a very good time for people involved in sales. She signals, though, a restlessness, an inner stirring, urging you to move forward towards new and different directions. And she indicates a time for inner growth, exploring the spiritual self and discovering your bliss. She awakens your spirit, daring you to express your individuality and your personal power, which you will have plenty of. Now, on the other side of that diagonal, there is this other princess. Would it be a sister, a cousin? I don't know. Maybe a cousin because it's in a different suit, isn't it? This is the suit of swords, the Princess of Swords. She clearly is some Viking goddess of some description who I have not seen before, but I can just tell by looking around. And I remember these ravens, you see, so that's what gets me going there. But I would say this, that I can get coming up from her, that residing in this suit of air, the suit of the mind, thoughts, words, and communication. See, she's the earth. Esoterically, she's earth, and the earthy role of the princess serves to bring your ideas into manifestation. You'll be able to apply theories to the real world, and you'll contain a lot of wisdom and acquire a lot of knowledge. Now, the Princess of Swords represents all the ways in which you store knowledge, ideas, and wisdom, and all the ways your ideas and thoughts impact upon the world around you. She asks you to consider how your words shape your world, for it is in her realm that we find thoughts becoming reality. Now, in addition to this, I think we can say that You will be intelligent, fearless, and courageous. You'll stand before the unknown future, looking at it straight in the eye, and your energetic spirit is ready to test and develop your intellectual skills out in the world of opportunity and challenges. Now, the brilliant and observant princess here is curious about the world and how it works, and you will use your articulate mind of reason and logic to analyze and scrutinize every situation. You'll be determined, motivated, and ready to take action to integrate your ideas into the world of manifestation. You'll be an original thinker and one who believes in yourself and not concerned with other people's opinions. You will fight and take risks for what you believe in, and your gift of keen perception will enable you to view problematic situations and challenges from a wider perspective. Yes, it really is a very good time for you, and I think that's all I want to say about her, because I want to focus on this King of Cups here. Now, the first thing this King of Cups is saying is that, he reminds me very much of what I look like when I get out of the shower. Not, maybe in a parallel universe. Now, in the King of Cups, kings esoterically are fire, so the fiery aspect of the king here is expressing itself in the suit of water. And here we find that you will be active, ambitious, and passionate. It also represents active emotions going out into the world that positively affect others, such as compassion, care, healing perhaps. I think furthermore that this king, well, of course, he's the highest rank in the Tarot court, but the King of Cups shows you the possible pinnacle of your spiritual and emotional self. As such, this card has many facets. You'll be you might also be, without putting it too graphically, but a savior, a lover, a guide, a muse. Now, the card image here presents Apollo, the Greek god who encompassed all those roles, particularly that of a lover, and whose oracle at Delphi was perhaps the most influential in the ancient world. Now, he kneels on the stone steps at the edge of the ocean, and his temple is in the background. And this temple had a spring from which a priestess gave prophecies, just as we might turn to the spring waters of the King of Cups for a source of wisdom and inspiration. So what this is saying to me is, first of all, I've got to tell you this, and there's no way around it. Other people are going to find you very sexually attractive at this time. You're going to be very attractive to other people. You like, the gay and lesbian people can make the necessary adjustment, please, with respect. But the opposite sex likes this guy, and he likes the opposite sex. And so you'll be in that situation. Unless, of course, you're in the LGBTQI community. Now, you'll be the master of the heart, emotions, and intuition. He is the Grail King, really. And you'll find that you have the ability to really win people's hearts over. Again, very good for people dealing with social relationships. Pay attention to your intuition at this time. His message to you is to bring understanding, kindness, compassion, and gentleness, listening to your heart before you act. He signals a time when new doorways are open, and he brings success, achievement, or recognition. And he indicates a time to listen to the stirring of your heart. The gifts of courage and focus are now in place to assist in pursuing a vision that you want to manifest. Pay attention and exercise your intuition, and you'll make these opportunities come to life. Well, what a particularly fascinating spread of cards for you. Well, I think, I really enjoyed doing that reading for you. Honestly, I did. I thought the artwork was pretty interesting, didn't you? I thought so. This deck, for some reason, really seems to speak to me. I hope that you enjoyed the reading as much as I enjoyed providing it to you. You're a very special person, and I love doing readings for you. Now, there's one thing I want you to remember until I see you next time, and it is this: that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. So until then, it's bye for now.